glad we watched the 2006 film World Trade Center. Let's talk about Carl's Jr. next. Carl's Jr. Restaurants, LLC, is an American fast food restaurant chain owned by CKE Restaurant Holdings, Inc., who also owns Hardee's, with franchisees in North and South America, Asia, Oceania, Europe, and Africa. Did you know that Carl Cracker, originally named Carl Nicholas Karcher, lived a remarkable 90 years? He came into the world on January 16th, 1917, and passed away just 5 days shy of his 91st birthday on January 11th, 2008. As for Margaret Karcher, she was born Margaret Magdalene Heinz Karcher, and she lived an impressive 91 years. Her birthday was March 2nd, 1915, and she left this world on June 6th, 2006. Quite a legacy they both left behind.
Carl's Jr. is a restaurant where it was founded at Anaheim, California on July 17th, 1941, with the founders Carl and Margaret Karcher. Carl's Jr. have slogans also. The most slogan of Carl's Jr. is Pioneers of the Great American Burger. Our favorite slogan from Carl's Jr. is, if it doesn't get all over the place, it doesn't belong in your face. In 2016, Entrepreneur listed Carl's Jr. as number 54 on their top franchise 500 list, which ranks the overall financial strength, stability, and growth rate for the top 500 franchises in any field across the United States. As of March 2016, CKE, the parent company of Carl's Jr. and Hardee's, had a total of 3,664 franchised or company-operated restaurants in 44 states. Both chains are totally absent from New England and 38 foreign countries and U.S. territories.
That's right.
So how did it get founded? Let me tell you. In 1941, Carl Karcher, who was a truck driver, and his wife Margaret Karcher borrowed $311, $6,808 in 2025 on their Plymouth automobile and added $15, $328 in 2025 in savings to purchase a hot dog cart on the corner of Florence and Central Avenues in Los Angeles. From their newly purchased cart, they sold hot dogs, chili dogs, and tamales for a dime, $2 in 2025, and soda for a nickel, $1 in 2025. Within a few years, Carl and Margaret owned and operated 4 hot dog stands in Los Angeles. In 1945, the Karchers moved the short distance to Anaheim, California, and opened their first full-service restaurant, Carl's Drive-In Barbecue, at 1108 North Palm Street, now Harbor Boulevard. In 1946, hamburgers were added to the menu for the first time. In 1956, Karcher opened the first 2 Carl's Jr. restaurants, so named because they were a smaller version of Carl's Drive-In Barbecue restaurant in Anaheim and Brea. The first local Carl's Jr. was built in 1956 on the former Jan Street next to St. Boniface Catholic Church, about half a block away from Anaheim High School. That Carl's Jr. became the church's Bethany Hall, while another restaurant is located 1 block south on Harbor Boulevard. The former flagship Carl's Jr. is located at 1200 North Harbor Boulevard in Anaheim, next to the old corporate office at 401 Carl Karcher Way until 2003, when the company moved its headquarters to a larger facility 500 feet north of the original location at 1325 North Anaheim Boulevard in Anaheim, then moving again in 2018 to Franklin, Tennessee. Now, how did Carl's Jr. got evolved? Well, by the end of the 1950s, there were 4 Carl's Jr. restaurants in Orange County, California. The restaurants also had a new supervisor, Donald F. Karcher, Carl's younger brother, who would later become the company's president. By the 1960s, Carl was operating 24 restaurants in Southern California. The company incorporated in 1966 as Carl Karcher Enterprises, Inc., and launched a major expansion of the chain in 1968. The menus were limited for faster service, featuring charbroiled hamburgers, hot dogs, fries, and malts. By 1975, there were more than 100 Carl's Jr. locations in Southern California, and the company expanded into the northern part of the state. Carl's Jr. celebrated its success by building its Anaheim corporate headquarters in 1976. The following year, it became the first QSR chain to offer salad bars in all 200 locations. The first out-of-state restaurant opened in Las Vegas in 1979. By the end of the decade, sales exceeded the $100 million mark. Carl's Jr. also experimented with fast food Mexican cuisine in the 1970s and early 1980s with a spin-off called Taco de Carlos. The units all closed by the early 1980s, with Karcher later stating that this was due to the locations being too far apart from each other. Breakfast food served at a Carl's Jr. in La Mesa, California in 2016. Carl's Jr. first began serving breakfast in 1984. In 1980, the company hired its 10,000th employee, doubling its employee count in just 3 years. In 1981, with 300 restaurants in operation, Carl Karcher Enterprises became a publicly held company. In 1984, Carl's Jr. was franchised for the first time. Carl's Jr.'s menu expanded during the decade with the addition of the Western Bacon Cheeseburger, breakfast items, a charbroiled chicken sandwich line, and self-service soda fountains. By the end of the decade, sales topped $480 million at 534 restaurants. The company also opened its first international units in the Pacific Rim. In addition, Carl's Jr. was one of the first chains to introduce a debit card payment system, inviting customers to use their ATM cards in the restaurants. In 1988, Karcher and his family were accused of insider trading by the Securities and Exchange Commission. They had sold large quantities of stock before the price dropped. Karcher agreed to a settlement with the SEC and paid more than $500,000 in fines. Carl's Jr. chains had struggled to gain success in Arizona and Texas, perhaps diminishing hopes of expansion to other states, though later states like Nevada, Oregon, and Washington proved successful. During the 1990s, Karcher and the board of directors began clashing, often publicly, over marketing and business practices, including the chain's attempt at dual branding, with such chains as the Green Burrito and its new advertising campaigns. Karcher was removed as chairman of the company by its board of directors on October 1, 1993. Soon after, the board of directors took a new approach by cutting the menu, lowering prices, and introducing a new marketing campaign which targeted younger urban and suburban males. Following Don Karcher's death in 1992, a new management team was installed in 1994, headed by CEO William P. Foley II and President and Chief Operating Officer Tom Thompson. Carl Karcher Enterprises became a wholly owned subsidiary of CKE Restaurants Holdings, Inc. During the mid-1990s. Carl's Jr. unveiled its "If it doesn't get all over the place, it doesn't belong in your face" campaign, which featured younger people eating Carl's Jr.'s burgers with ketchup and juice dripping from the burger and onto clothes and other areas. In 1997, CKE Restaurants acquired Hardee's, a restaurant chain with 2,500 locations in the Midwest, South, and East Coast regions.
Petrie say, in 2001, Carl's Jr. bring thick burger with big 1/2 pound $6 burger. Hardee's do same in 2003. In 2002, CKE Restaurants buy Santa Barbara Restaurant Group, who own Green Burrito. Now some Carl's Jr. have Green Burrito, same for some Hardee's. In 2005, Carl's Jr. make hand-scooped ice cream shakes. Then, on January 11th, 2008,
Carl Karcher, the founder of Carl's Jr., go to sleep at 90 years. CKE say he's sick with Parkinson's and pneumonia when he go at St. Jude Medical Center in Fullerton. Many Carl's Jr. flags sad and low for Karcher. In 2010s, Carl's Jr. and Hardee's bring hand-breaded chicken tenders. 2011, they offer charbroiled turkey burgers, first fast food chain with them. In July 2010, CKE bought by Columbia Lake Acquisition, so they keep growing strong under Apollo. In 2011, Carl's Jr. make biscuits from scratch. On November 20, 2013, Rourke Capital Group pay $1.65 $1.75 billion to buy CKE from Apollo. In December 2014, Carl's Jr. bring all-natural burger with all-natural grass-fed, free-range beef patty, no added hormones, antibiotics, or steroids. First big fast food chain do this. In December 2015, all-natural turkey burger come next, first for fast food industry. In September 2017, CKE changed Hardee's in Poughkeepsie and Middletown, New York to Carl's Jr. Want to focus on lunch and dinner for Northeast customers, but both stores closed down. Hardee's and Carl's Jr. act as one since 1997, but in 2018, CKE want to make them different. Petrie say CKE restaurants wanted to be different in 2018. They changed some Hardee's places and make each brand have its own ads. Even when menus were the same, they say changes happen slowly, but some things stay the same. In January 2019, Carl's Jr. put Beyond Meat patty on menu. First big place to do vegan burger everywhere. Soon, others like Burger King added their plant burgers. But in Feb 2024, Carl's Jr. in Bakersfield took Beyond Burger off menu. No press release why yet as of April 2024. In March 2020, all restaurants stop indoor dining for COVID-19, but drive-through, pickup, and takeaway still okay. In 2024, Carl's Jr. say all eggs in U.S. are cage-free thanks to animal groups. In April 2026, Friendly Franchises Corp. with 65 Carl's Jr. places goes bankrupt. Carl's Jr. goes to Canada in 2011, opening in Kelowna, then more in British Columbia, but Ontario places closed by January 2016. Mexico gets its 200th restaurant in November 2015, first there in 1991. In August 2016, first spot in India opens. By 2017, CKE has 3,665 places in 44 states and 39 countries. Carl's Jr. is also in Australia, Belarus, and many others. Even after Russia, he invades Ukraine in 2022, Carl's Jr. stays in Russia, expanding with over 300 new spots planned. In August 2022, Carl's Jr. planned to open in Argentina for gourmet burgers. In May 2024, Boper & Group brings Carl's Jr. to the UK. In July 2024, problems in Australia. 20 restaurants closed, but some still open. KPMG takes over to help. CKE still want to grow in Australia, even hard times. In November 2024, money people say to shut down operator. Some shops sold to others. Many of own shops still there. More plans for Australia, but no new boss. Lots of shops closed for good or given to new people. Carl's Jr. used to be in Philippines and Thailand.
When Carl's Jr. first started rebranding Hardee's locations into the Carl's Jr. name, both chains mostly kept separate ads. This changed with the now infamous Paris Hilton ad, and the "Without us, some guys would starve." campaign, which aired as either for Carl's Jr. or Hardee's, depending on where the ads aired. This would continue with other ads for the next several years, including ads by Kate Upton, Kim Kardashian, Emily Ratajkowski, Sarah Jean Underwood, Hannah Ferguson, Heidi Klum, Charlotte McKinney, Rhonda Rousey, Padma Lakshmi, and Hayden Panettiere. So now, as of 2021, there has been a total of 3,186 locations, serving in the United States, Puerto Rico, Canada, Australia, Cambodia, Chile, China, Denmark, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Guatemala, India, Indonesia, Japan, Malaysia, Mexico, New Zealand, Nicaragua, Singapore, Spain, Switzerland, Turkey, United Kingdom, and France. From 1941 to today, Carl's Jr. has been serving up delicious hamburgers, crispy chicken sandwiches, golden French fries, refreshing soft drinks, thick milkshakes, fresh salads, sweet desserts, tasty burritos, cheesy nachos, hot coffee, and handy wraps. Quite the menu, right?
That's right, Stuffy!
Yep. In many places in West U.S., Carl's Jr. parent CKE start running co-branded food spots with Green Burrito Group. Same idea used by Yum! Brands with KFC, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, A&W restaurants, and Long John Silver's to grow brands without needing extra money for new buildings and land.
That was quite the menu they got.